Okay, so continuation sa ating second half 'no, for our week 5. For our Article 11 crew actions on the zone. So, crew member on duty must ensure the ballasting, trimming follows by the master's instruction. Lahat ng binigay na instruction ni master to meet the assigned freeboard. So, it's either, which kind of freeboard yung, binigay 'no. Then take accurate soundings and maintain tank records to demonstrate compliance. Also assist in moving cargo and post-loading adjustments to correct minor submersions issues. So accurate tank sounding and cargo distribution records are the key evidence during the port state control inspection. Ayun po yung laging tinitingnan ni PSC. Then for our Article 12, no, the submersion for the legal concern. So submersion of load line rather marks indicates the loss of required freeboard is prohibited for safe navigation, trigger for immediate action, reduce draft, and seek refuge, notify authorities. So for our submersion of load line marks, so if the mark is underwater, ships is overloaded. Meaning kapag overloaded yung vessel, it is unsafe. So it is against the law and it is dangerous and master must stop the voyage and fix the draft and report if required. So key things to remember, load line must always stay visible above the water. Ayun po yung lagi natin tatandaan pagdating sa submersion. Then crew operational tasks on the submersion. So the crew must follow the master's order when adjusting ballast or cargo, and also may check and report the draft and trim readings accurately and record all fixes like yung pagpatch ng hole and also properly and never hide problems. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, katulad ng example kanina, no, yung mga master na tinatago yung mga problema sa barko kasi ayaw nila magkaroon ng pangit na record during their contracts. So, never hide problems kasi, tendency niyan hindi naman yung pangalan mo yung malilinisin, hindi, gano'n yung magiging situation diyan. It's either, maagrabyado yung barko and yung vessel and yung crew member. Baka ano pa yung mangyari sa vessel niyo kung lagi niyong itatago yung mga, diperensiya sa barko niyo. So, always, make sure that crew supports the master in keeping the ship above the line 'no. Dapat laging chine-check ni crew member yung line na dapat nasa above the water. So, crew should train in safe cargo shifting and ballasting to avoid sudden, stability changes. Kasi dun din nakabase yung stability ng ating vessel. So, for the sample incident log 'no, use precise times, tonnage, tank names, and sensor readings to attach photos and signed statement for the investigation for the PSC para meron kayong proof kung magkakaroon man ng inspection. So, just for example 'no, 0215 hours 'no, September 5, 2025, this is just an example 'no. Observe waterline, above summer mark, draft forward 8.2 meter and the aft draft is 7.9 meter. Ito yung mga isusulat nyo. Then after 15 minutes, you observe that the ordered ballast 150 tons, port wing tank, and 0330 draft reduced to forward 7.7 meter and aft of 7.4 meter. Ito yung mga nilalag nyo sa isang sample incident. And then reported to the company and RO, photos taken and signed by the chief officer. So this is a sample of incident log and you make sure that the tonnages, tank names, sensor readings, and you should attach photos kapag maglalagay kayo. And never forget also the time and date kapag maglalagay kayo ng isang incident log. Kasi, syempre, wag nyo rin kalimutan yung ating draft, no? Forward draft and aft draft pagdating sa ating incident log. So for our Article 13, survey, inspection, and marking. So ang nire-require sa atin is the authorized surveyors to examine ship prior to marking and certificate issue. Siyempre, bago mag-issue ng certificate dyan, dapat na properly check and properly marking. And must be permanent, no, hindi natatanggal, and placed into correct position of the which side of the vessel. So surveys confirms the compliance of the pre-board calculations and make sure that the permanent marks are installed correctly. Then, if it is passed by the surveyor, then doon pa lang kayo mai-issuehan ng certificate ng load line certificate. At ayun yung chine-check ni PSC if it is compliant, yung ating load line certificate. So, ang duties naman ni masters during the survey, so full hull plans, stability book, previous survey reports, and construction drawings to the surveyor. Ayun yung i-check ni surveyor. And if nagtatali ba yung mga nakasulat doon sa plan na yun sa standing ng vessel. So, the ship must ensure and crew cooperate to provide access to all required spaces and equipment kasi anytime pwedeng i-check siya ni surveyor. Pwede niyang i-check kung lahat na nakasulat sa documents is the same as the real, no? The same as yung standing ngayon ng vessel nyo. Then the surveyor will going to verify the placement of permanent load line marks and secure, then sign the records of the conditions if meron man siya makitang anomalies doon sa document. So the master should keep copies of surveys evidence on board the and any discrepancy must be addressed promptly, no? Kung makakita man ng discrepancy si PSC, kailangan ma-address kaagad yung issues na yun, kundi hindi mare-release or hindi kayo mabibigyan ng certificate ni PSC. So yung support naman na kailangan on the crew side, no, he must prepare spaces for the inspection, clear decks, and tolerate closures, exposure tanks, and sounding pipes. So kung magbubukas man tayo ng ating mga tangke, kailangan it is properly ventilated, meron tayong mga ah, emergency equipment na naka-ready in standby. So we're going to assist also the draft readings kung kailangan kuhanan ng readings and ensuring the position of the mark as requested by the surveyor. And also maintain the safety precautions during the surveys. O, dapat no hot work or no temporary scaffoldings during the inspection. Kasi syempre, hindi kayo yung nandun sa lugar na yon and hindi lang kayo nandun sa lugar na yon, hindi lang crew member, meron kayong bisita, dapat wala kayong mga hot work and temporary scaffoldings na nagkalat. Because good cooperation speed up the survey and reduces the risk of findings. Pag sinabing findings, yung mga makikitang anomalies ni surveyor that may delay the certificate, the issuance of the certificate of the vessel. So for our Article 14, the types of surveys, no, ito yung mga surveys na may experience nyo. First, we have the initial, then periodical, renewal, then additional survey. So for the initial, before entering into service of the vessel or before certificate issuance. For the periodical, it is usually the annual to confirm the continued compliance of the vessel. That is the periodical. So for the renewal, for the certificate renew, it is every 5 years. Kung walang makitang anomalies doon sa inyong periodical surveys, magkakaroon kayo ng every 5 years. Then, kung meron man makita doon sa initial survey nyo, meron kayo periodical survey. So, if yung periodical survey nyo ay walang nakitang mali, bibigyan kayo ng renewal every 5 years. Then, additional survey if there are major repairs or damage on your vessel. So, exact intervals and scopes are specified in the convention and implemented by the flag administration, yung flag state nyo, and recognized organizations. So, for the initial survey, the master's checklist, the master should ensure all the structural drawings on board, stability information, and building records are available on the vessel. He must confirm the permanent load line marks are fitted into the mark line dimensions and ensure that the hatch cover ng vessel natin for the freeing and ventilations and other fittings are met the assignment's condition. So, dapat, in short, lahat ng nandun sa structural drawings ng ating vessel is the same as on board. No, kung ano yung makikita mo sa barko, ganon ang nakalagay din sa structural drawings. The hatch cover, the frame ports, ventilations, and all other must meet the assignments and the conditions of the vessel. So for this initial survey, it is very comprehensive. Ship should be near as built as a built condition, kumbaga brand new condition, and all permanent fittings must be in place. Kasi initial survey, ibig sabihin hindi pa siya nasa survey before. It is the very first survey na ibibigay sa inyo. So dapat lahat ng nandoon sa structural drawings is nandun pa rin siya. In place pa din. And must meet the assignment condition. Pagdating naman sa periodical and renewal surveys, for the periodical, it is annual. Pag sinabing annual, it is yearly. So surveys verify the ship's condition if it is maintained after a year. So if it is maintained after a year, then you have the 5 years. So it is include the full review and measurement where needed. So any deficiencies must found be corrected within the time frame na binigay sa inyo. For example, binigyan lang kayo ng 6 months, no? Must be maintained right after within that 6 months. So mandated by the surveyor of or the administration. So kung ano yung ibigay sa inyo ni surveyor or administration na time frame, dapat ma-meet nyo yung time frame na yon. So failure to pass may lead to withdrawal of the certificate. Kung hindi nyo man nasunod yung time frame or yung binigay sa inyong time frame, hindi kayo i-issue issuance ng certificate. So schedule of surveys well ahead of expiry. So kung magkakaroon man ng survey, dapat before expiry, makapag-schedule na kayo ng survey at ma-rectify nyo na kagad yung kailangan nyo i-rectify sa vessel nyo. Then additional surveys and after damage. So kung magkaroon man ng grounding, collision or major repairs on board, and additional survey may be required before resuming international voyages. So for example, yung vessel nyo na aground or nag-collide or merong major repairs na ginawa sa vessel nyo. Bago man siya sumabak sa international voyage, dapat magkaroon muna siya ng additional survey. So the master must notify the company and flag or the recognized organization and make a vessel available for inspection. Bago kayo sumalang sa international voyage, dapat magkaroon muna ng inspection sa vessel. And must be the document must temporary repair and follow up permanent repairs and resurvey as required. So after the damages or the temporary repairs must be approved and fully survey arranged before certification of the revalidation. Laging gano'n, no? Bago magkaroon man ng revalidation or expiration, wag nyo nang hintayin mag-expired pa. Ahead of time, dapat ma-renew nyo siya or ma-revalidate nyo yung certification ng vessel nyo. Kasi hindi lang naman yung vessel nyo yung i-check or yung i-verify ng bawat inspectors. Then for our maintaining condition after survey, no, kung nagkaroon ng after survey tapos so sabihin na natin nakapasa kayo, so the ship must maintain the condition for which the certificate was issued until the next survey. So dapat kung nakapasa kayo sa ganong condition ng vessel nyo, dapat ma-maintain nyo yun. So any deterioration or freeboard, watertight or integrity or structural strength must be corrected. So for in this article, it is the day-to-day backbone link surveys to the operational safety of the vessel. So for the Article 15, masters ongoing duties. So the masters must implement the routine inspection like the hatches, freewing ports, sea sanctions, and maintenance planned by the ship. So report defects promptly and arrange repairs through company or the RO or the flag channels. So do not allow permanent changes that affect the pre-board without resurvey. So lagi tayong magbabase sa resurvey bago tayo mag-implement of any other uh, freeboard or any other decision na maaapektuhan yung freeboard ng ating survey without any resurvey, 'no? Maapektuhan yung freeboard ng ating vessel without any or without resurvey na gagawin. So, the master must balance the commercial pressure, yung pressure niya sa commercial because siyempre ayun yung reason kung bakit lalayo yung barko 'no, for commercial purposes and also he must, uh, grace under pressure with statutory responsibility to keep the ship in a certified condition 'no. Kasi siyempre hindi mo maiiwasan nandun yung pressure kasi naiipit si master between the company tsaka doon sa, stability ng barko. Kumbaga, siyempre si company gusto niya maayos na yon pero hindi naman puwedeng kayang i-magic ni master na matapos agad 'no, without any proper procedures na mangyayari. Then for Article 15, the crew maintenance routines. So si crew member dapat meron daily, weekly checks for the hatch or the gasket condition, coaming, integrity and drainage or any scuppers. So familiar naman kayo siguro 'no kasi third year na kayo. Dapat napag-aralan niyo nung first year kayo 'no, yung gasket condition, yung coaming, integrity, drainage and scuppers. So monthly functional tests of watertight closures and the frame port operations. And keep maintenance logs and attach repairs, receipts, and photos for documentation and records of conditions of the vessel. So, dapat lagi kayong prepared sa mga documentations kasi doon yung pagbabasihan kung ano ba yung mga naging discrepancies during the routinary inspection nyo sa barko. So, all must be well kept, maintained, and logs must be to reduce the findings of the port state control and you should demonstrate the uh, main, proper maintenance of the vessel kasi magle-lead siya sa uh, negligence nyo eh kung hindi nyo na proper maintenance yung uh, routinary inspection of the vessel. So for our Article 16, the issuance and carriage of the certificates. So si International Load Line Certificate issued the successful surveys and may have endorsement and exemption. And you must be carried on board and produced on demand by port, state, or other authorities. So this certificate is the evidence that the ship complied at the survey time, yung binigay na time frame sa inyo, and does not prevent the port state control from verifying actual condition. Ayun po yung ating issue and carriage of the certificate. So, yung responsibilities naman ni masters with the certificate is to keep the valid international load line certificate on board and accessible. So, it must be on the bridge or the master's office. And also ensures the endorsement of the periodical surveys are recorded and copy of records of condition is carried. So if the certificates become invalid, no, for example, nagkaroon ng after run surveyed alteration, do not trade internationally until it is rectified. Pag sinabing do not trade internationally, wag kayong yung vessel nyo ay hindi pwedeng trade or maglayag internationally hangga't hindi nare-rectify yung kailangang i-rectify sa vessel nyo nung nagkaroon ng after unsurveyed, 'no? So, if a certificate is lost, kung nawala yung certificate nyo or nanakaw, notify the flag state immediately and carry temporary documentation if permitted. So, ano naman yung role ni crew tsaka sa document handling? So, always keep survey reports, maintenance record, and record the conditions together with the certificate. And assist during the port state control inspection by locating documents and providing requested copies. Kasi si port state control, magkakaroon yan ng randomly question pagdating sa mga crew member. No? Kahit sino yung makita niya, tatanungin niya, saan nakalocate to? Alam mo ba kung ano yung gamit nito? For example, magtanong ng document pagdating sa paint store na siyempre crew ka lang 'no, tatanungin about sa paint store or sa MSDS. dapat aware ka ano yung tawag dun sa documents na yon sa, record na yon kung ano yung gagawin niyo dun. So, pagdating dun, you must assist the port state inspection. Siyempre kahit hindi mo alam, i-assist mo siya and alam magbigay ka ng, point of view mo. Kung hindi ka sure, at least kahit papaano may masasagot ka, kaysa yung wala kang masasabi at all. And you should ensure that the certificate and related paperwork are legible and originals were required. So good document management facilitates the inspection and avoid misunderstanding pagdating sa ating inspector. So record of conditions of assignment. Why and what, no? A document kept in the load line certificate records fittings, arrangement, and conditions for assignment. So for this purpose, to show that it is examined and accepted at the survey. Ano ba yung laging sinasurvey diyan? Yung hatches natin, yung ports, combings, and ventilators. Bakit in-inspect? Kasi diyan nagkakaroon ng hazard pagdating sa ating barko. No? Siyempre, pwede ma-block niyan yung ventilation and that ventilation may also have a damage on board. So commonly required during the PSC inspectors are the template forms exist, no, like the IMO, administration, and the RO. Records of condition. So sample fields na kailangan ilagay, no, kailangan natin ilagay yung ship's name, IMO number, date of the survey, surveyor signature, list of fittings like just for example the hatch cover type, watertight doors, frame ports and ventilators, and the notation of the temporary measures and plan by the permanent tripper. So, pwede rin kayo mag-attach ng photos or detailed descriptions for the items that may be marginal to the compliance. For the practical pre-departure checklist for the master, master must be verified the load line certificate and endorsement and check the expiry dates, no? Importante 'yan. Meron nga kayong papel, expired naman. Confirm the load line marks are visible. Lagi ko sinasabi from the beginning of the presentation, kailangan permanent and visible and not obstructed by both sides, port and starboard sides, and review the loading plan, stability booklet, and ensure the pre-board compliance. Also inspect the hatch covers, frame ports, watertight doors, ventilators, and sea connections. Kung tanungin man kayo, ano yung laging dapat i-check and inspect? Ayan yun, yung hatch cover, frame ports, watertight doors, ventilators. Tandaan nyo yan. So use a signed checklist before each international voyage and keep it with the night order book. No? Si night order book, ito yung binibigay ni master bago siya matulog. So practical crew checklist before sailing. Check the hatch gasket, securing gear, clit points for the corrosion or damage, and also ensure that the frame ports, scuppers, and clear and functional. Dapat gumagana. Verify sounding pipes and tank gauge and operational and record tank soundings. Test watertight doors and closing mechanism kasi baka mamaya kahit na meron kayong watertight doors, hindi naman siya nasasara maayos, no? Dapat it is operational and include the photographic evidence to complete with the checks when possible. Lagi niyong tatandaan yan. Actions when the surveyor arrives. Ano ba yung dapat natin gawin? So, designated survey point of the contract, C, Chief Officer. And ensure that the tools are accessible and always available. And provide requested documents kung ano man yung hingi ni surveyor like the stability booklet, previous surveys, and the hull drawings. And also assist the surveyors from the readings, measurements, and placement and verification of the permanent marks. Kasi kaya siya nandun is para ma-inspect niya. And kung hindi nyo naman siya i-assist, paano niyo ma-inspect yung vessel niyo? At hindi niyo naman puwedeng hindi siya i-assist kasi ayun yung required na dapat niyong gawin. Kasi parang sa bahay lang yun, eh, hindi niya alam saan yung CR dito, bago siya sa vessel niyo. So, dapat i-assist niyo siya. Kahit na nakaranas siya ng maraming inspection, but then again, that is your responsibility to make an action when the surveyor arrives or the port state control arrives. So the PSC inspectors typically load line checks the validity of load line, yung hatch cover, lagi ko sinasabi, the watertight doors, and the accuracy of the load line, and the evidence of the unsurveyed repairs or alteration affecting the freeboard. So the PSC may take measurements and compare the declared drops and the assigned freeboards. Huwag kayong matakot kapag nandiyan si PSC. He's just doing your job and doing his job, and his job is to maintain your vessel in a good standing condition. Kasi ayaw din naman ni PSC na magkaroon ng damaged vessel tapos bibigyan niya ng certificate, no? Kasi para 'yun sa kaligtasan nyo at ng vessel nyo. And common deficiencies na nakikita ni PSC. So, missing load line marks or obscured, damage or leaking hatch cover and coamings, non-functional spring ports or clog scuppers, and unrecorded structural alterations. So, many findings are preventable with the routine maintenance and good record keeping must maintained, no? Ayun lang naman lagi nakikita ni Port State Control, eh. So, dapat familiar na kayo diyan. Kasi baka mamaya may makita pa siyang iba, ayan paulit-ulit na lang hindi niyo pa rectify. Ano ba yung dapat gawin para ma-prevent yung deficiencies? So, best practice, implement scheduled maintenance. Keep a detailed and testing records and photos. Train your crew for load line awareness and emergency procedure, and maintain open communication with the flag state when repairs are planned. And prevention reduces risks and downtime and financial penalties. So, meron tayong mga sample dito, no? Katulad kanina. So, always include signatures, attachment, photos, and repairs of receipt. And then, no? So, qualify ballast movements and resulting drafting changes. This forms critical evidence during the port state control or incidents. Ayan. So for the decision flow, repairs affecting freeboard, so ensure all communications are recorded, emails like phones or the attachments on board. No? Identify the repair, assess, notify, arrange, and if it is approved, document and continue. If not, restrict trade until resurvey. Hindi pwedeng mag-travel international hanggat hindi nagkakaroon ng resurvey. So the decision flow, master must keep safety decisions and justify them in the log and to the authorities. So detect submersion, immediate ballasting. If not resolved, notify the company, then document and follow up with the survey. So best practice for the master, prioritize safety, maintain excellent documentation, and coordinated proactively with the company or the flag state for repairs as planned. Huwag kayong magtatago kung meron man kayo nakikita anomalies sa vessel nyo. So this practice reduce the PSC risk and legal exposure. So for the crew on board can meaning and emergency procedures and keep resurveys and ensure RO's flag contract information. So the company should support masters in scheduling surveys and providing resources for repairs. So that is all for our week 5. And if there's any question, just raise your virtual hand and we can continue and discuss your questions for our clarifications and during our discussion. So thank you very much for your listening.